FLAMEHEART has returned. The Xbox Game Showcase 2024 has now premiered, giving us a brand new cinematic trailer looking at Season 13 and the brand new world event. Okay then, so the Xbox Game Showcase was interesting. Before we start talking about it, let's take a look at the trailer if you haven't already seen it. Okay, let's start off with what we actually got. This trailer looks amazing. We see the return of Captain Flameheart and his vessel, the Burning Blade, returned to its former glory. Compared to in the 2022 preview event, it's looking a lot more awesome, especially noting the sails, because obviously they were just placeholder sails in that event. We also see the new skeleton camps, and it looks like the Orb of Secrets from what I can gather. I wonder if this orb is the same orb from E3 2018, those two do look similar. Sea of Thieves Season 13 is slated to release on July 25th on a Thursday. So it is a little bit to go yet, but it's not too long of a wait until we get our hands on this epic new update with the new world event and the 6 new skeleton encampments. It's going to be really refreshing to get a new repeatable experience. It's been so long since we got the last one, and the way they're going about marketing and branding it is really awesome with the whole man the biggest vessel in the whole of the Sea of Thieves, pledge yourself to Flameheart, become a villain. I really like that theming. Genuinely, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this update, and I think it's going to stand out as the highlight of this year. In this shot, we get a bit of a better look at the structure of the actual boat. We can see there's a much bigger back deck compared to the galleon, and obviously the front deck is huge, as you'd expect. You can see that there's almost like a canopy above the back deck, which looks great. There's a map table there. I presume the statue room is the little back bit we can see, and obviously we see the tattered sails as well, and the many cannons it has. Compared to other boats in the Sea of Thieves, I don't think you're going to stand a chance if it's crewed right. I wonder how they'll balance it. It's going to be really interesting to see. But anyway, only time will tell. The flamethrower on the front obviously also looks great. Flameheart is shown to be in the Reaper's hideout, so I presume that's where he's going to be in-game as an interactable NPC. That's what this trailer is pointing to. He might be in the Reaper's lair instead. They do take a little bit of creative licensing with these cinematic trailers, but I don't know. If Flameheart is somehow related to the Season 13 content, then all players need to be able to access him, so maybe he will be up top in the Reaper's hideout. I don't know. His throne's there, it looks awesome. Obviously, he bashed out the front at the start. That just about concludes everything there is to say about the trailer, and there are a lot of other things I'm sure you guys are thinking that we need to talk about. First off, it was a 1-minute cinematic trailer for Season 13. This wasn't really what I was expecting or really wanted. I was expecting something a little bit more, you know, even if we were just getting a cinematic trailer, something that's maybe around 3-minute mark like The Adventures. It seems a bit of a shame to have it as a release trailer instead of something a bit more story driven. He kind of just burst out of his coffin at the start and it did look a little bit goofy. So on July 25th, is he just going to be in game? Is that going to be it? For those of you who saw my most recent video, you'll know my problems with this and how I was expecting, or at least hoping, that we might get just one tall tale to explain it, but it seems like we're going to have to wait till next year for any substantial story when we'll actually get our full next big arc and campaign. But this update is our only story update for the year. Season 14 we know is another sandbox update, which is going to introduce kind of more trap and trickster things, so they'll have to do something big with the lore here if they want to make it make sense in any way, or they just leave it. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but it's not looking the best in terms of story, how they're going to explain that. It's looking like he is, unfortunately, going to be an interactable NPC. The thing that's concerning is they have canned adventures. They don't have them anymore. They don't have a vehicle to move the story forward, and we've no sign of any more mysteries. So I'm really wondering how they're going to move the story forward at all this year, even if it's just in this update. Even those who are expecting no tall tales at the showcase were still hoping for a longer cinematic trailer. This feels more like a release date trailer, which it is, as opposed to, you know, a proper cinematic showcasing his return and the impact on the world. I'll be really interested to see if anything else changes in the world, such as the Pirate Lord. Is he going to have new dialogue? You know, what's he doing about this? In my opinion, this year for story is now somewhat foregone. We'll have to wait until next year, where maybe we'll get the Pirate Lord re-emerging and starting to do something about FLAMEHEART, where the FLAMEHEART arc fully concludes next year with our next set of tales. This year looks like it's going to focus on features, even though Mike Chapman did say this year's the year of FLAMEHEART. It seems like this season is the season of FLAMEHEART. We're not really going to see anything about him for the rest of the year, and we obviously haven't seen anything of him already. So I think this is how things are going to stay. When Season 13 releases, I think that will be the game for the next year. Season 14 will have its sandbox update, don't know what Season 15 will be, and then Season 16 is scheduled to be our next big story driven update. So to answer the next big thing question, this year Sea of Thieves will cruise. It will do really well in the summer, it'll bring so many people back. Then I think the player base will drop off as the season dips. Then Season 14 will come, it will come back up, it'll dip again, but we'll see the next big thing next year, which may give us an indication of where Sea of Thieves is heading in the longer term, looking at Sea of Thieves 2 down their 10-year plan in 2028, but who knows. One final thing I want to mention is Everwild. A lot of people were expecting to see Everwild there this year, and I'm now concerned for the game's development. It was announced in 2019, obviously we know there were issues with it, but it was probably in development for way longer than that. I really hope we don't end up with another Skull and Bones scenario, but only time will tell. Next year it's gonna have to be there. This year was really shocking to not see it. Anyway, in conclusion, Season 13 is going to be amazing. The update is going to be great. I cannot wait to captain the Burning Blade. The content looks phenomenal. It's the story I'm slightly worried about, which this year isn't necessarily a priority for Rare. So enjoy the update, get excited about it. Season 13 is going to be great. 6 new repeatable island content things like sea forts, and obviously the massive new world event. That'll keep us tied over till Season 14. We can have fun with traps, and then we can speculate for 2025. That is the path forward that I see. That's what I think is going to happen. So big things are on the horizon, really good things. The story, yes, is on a back burner now, and those who are interested in the lore like me may have to wait for a little bit, but the content's there and the game is going to be refreshed, and at the end of the day, the game's health is the most important thing. The game's future is bright, and this is the great thing. Going into the announcement, we had the content of Season 13 to fall back on if we didn't really get anything story related. The game is doing amazingly. It launched on PS and we've got this year to go through, and then as I say, next year will be the really telling year for the lore. So there's never been a better time to really jump into Sea of Thieves, because it is going to be a content rich year and a really enjoyable year. And in the meantime, for us lore people, we can speculate on the Orb of Secrets and what FLAMEHEART's digging for. That's going to be the focus of the next year. What is FLAMEHEART searching for? What are his plans building to a climax next year? But that does just about bring us to the end of the video. Let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. What do you think of the Season 13 announcement trailer? Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy them, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel an absolute ton. And subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. And while you're at it, why not hit the bell as well so you never miss a single upload. But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.